What's up, boss mommies, friends, and family? I've missed you so much, but we are back with another video to give you guys a quick life update about us. So I've been missing for a few weeks, just trying to get the hang of this mom thing, but I think I've got it pretty down packed now. What do you think? So the last time I talked to you guys, I was dealing with the beginning stages of all the postpartum stuff, like when I had to be hospitalized and everything. And since then, I was put on blood pressure medication because y'all know it was like super high, and I did not want to go through that again. So they finally got the dosage right. So I was on that for about 2 weeks, and then once I had my 6 week checkup, I was able to get off of it, and I'm so thankful for that because honestly I was a little worried while I was on it because I was still getting headaches, but coming to find out it was a side effect of the medicine. So I'm completely done with all those headaches, which I'm super excited about. And but I do still check my blood pressure to make sure that it's still in check. But with being on the blood pressure medication, it just seems like my milk supply isn't what it was even when I was in the hospital. So I have started taking a little supplement that I got from Target to kind of help boost that back up, because this whole time I have still been doing breast milk as well as formula, but lately I've been having to do a little bit more formula, which I mean is okay. Mothers do it all the time without breastfeeding and all, but I still like to be able to give her the good stuff, you know? So, yeah, that has been kind of different since then. And as far as any other postpartum stuff, the main thing is just getting used to like my new body now. Now I see why women get boob jobs after having babies, because I never thought my boobs would ever look like this. Like, it's just a whole new world. And I don't really know how to feel about it. So now I would never do it though, get a boob job, because I just couldn't go through the healing process, but I completely understand why. So I don't know if you guys remember, but I was huge when I was pregnant. I had a big girl. So with that, I developed diastasis recti, which is basically when your um uterus stretches, to fit the baby, and with that, my abdominal muscles have stretched apart too, and they haven't been able to go back together because they've been stretched so far apart. So I have diastasis recti, which is weak ab muscles, as well as a hernia in my belly button, which came from the umbilical cord being attached. And when it became unattached, it was a small hole that never closed. So basically, my intestines are like sticking through. And that sounds a lot more gross than it is. Like, it can be a problem for some people. It can hurt and everything. But for me, it hasn't become that big of an issue. I was just wondering why my belly button was still sticking out. And so I'm going to be super transparent with you guys because I love you that much. And I think it'd be cool to kind of look back at this to see like how far I've come once I snack back, get this all together, and just to give you guys a visual of like exactly what I'm talking about when I say like the diastasis recti and hernia, for like if you realize that you have it too after having a baby. Don't say I've never done anything for y'all, but this is the real after having a baby. All this is just extra skin from being so big, but this little pudgy part right here is the diastasis recti, because my abdominal muscles are so weak, they're kind of just like bulging out. And as you can see, my belly button has a little poke to it. If I try to push it in, it doesn't, really go anywhere. And I was wondering about that. That's the whole reason why I ended up asking my OBGYN about that and found out that I had a hernia, because I've always had any. So I've just been waiting for it to go back in, but it never happened. Another way that I could tell that I have the diastasis recti is that bulge there is another way of knowing how. That little hump. So yeah, let me remind you again about how big I was. So So along with those issues, I've also been having some pretty bad knee pain, which is starting to go away now that I've been trying to be active and go for walks and everything. Um, and I heard that was because, like, when you're pregnant, you know, your whole body pretty much contracts and comes apart and stretches how it needs to be able to support the new weight that you have. But once that's gone, it kind of like snap back together. So somehow that causes pain when, you know, those joints just snap back to normal and they still need to get that resistance that they used to have. Yeah. So found out about that because my wrist just started hurting so bad, and I thought it was kind of gonna go away because my left wrist was hurting for a while too, but that ended up going away. But this one, it just kept getting worse and worse. And so I finally went to the doctor, and he told me it was tendonitis, which just comes from the tendons being inflamed. And nowadays they actually call it mommy's wrist or mommy's arm because they see it so often from, you know, holding the baby, picking up the baby, picking up the car seat, the stroller. And I started noticing, like, when I was breastfeeding, I would always have my wrist like bent up like that to support her head and not really having any real support for my wrist. But I did end up getting a cortisone shot, so hopefully that will kick in, which it has. Like, my wrist hasn't hurt that much anymore, but the pain isn't like fully gone. So the first couple weeks, I had a new home that was in the living room on the couch instead of in our lovely bed. So I'm kind of back out there for right now, because it's just easier for me to be able to pick her up from her bassinet up front rather than the one that's here. So it's not as hectic as it was the first couple weeks, you know. Good at changing diapers, waking up in the middle of the night. That's still tough, but I can do it. And okay, that's enough about me. I know that you guys are like, okay, that's cool, but how's the baby? Because we've been waiting on her this whole time. So she is great. I actually did have to get her a different bassinet, which is super cute. And I love this one because it has great features like a little rocker, a nightlight, and even music to play with it because she was not feeling that other one. So to make sure she was sleeping good, I was like, okay, we have to do something to get me back in my bed. So I can't wait until she's back in there. At her 1 month checkup, she did weigh 11 pounds. So it's been almost 2 months. Got about another week, and well, the end of this week actually, she'll be 2 months. So I'm really excited to see how much she'll weigh at her next appointment. I'm thinking it's gonna be like 15 pounds. So we'll see if I'm right about that. But that girl is heavy. She eats so much. But I'm actually thinking about trying to add cereal to her formula or to her milk. So I'll ask the doctor about that, and we'll see if he gives me the okay. So I'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, she's such a happy, healthy baby. She's so happy when she wakes up in the morning. Like, she's really so good. She's so sweet. I just I've just been blessed with such an angel. So I'm just excited about, you know, this the rest of this journey. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I have things pretty much down packed, but I know this is only like phase one and that there are many things to come. I know y'all are tired of me saying it, but I'm so thankful for my mom. Like, if I didn't have her, I would be a mad woman. Like, literally, I would go crazy. So, yeah. So that was just a quick update about what we've got going on. I'll try to get back on the ball as far as keeping you guys in the loop because I know it's so important to just have somebody that you can relate to. And because I know it's someone else that's going through the same things that I am. Because I know a lot of women that have had babies recently. So, yeah, we'll be seeing you guys next Monday. Bye.